Hello, everybody. Well, let's jump right into it. I owe a massive ASM update. Actually, there's been several. So, we're going to talk about this video. If I didn't tell you enough, assembleai, ASM, they've made 7 new collaborations or partnerships in the last 3 weeks. They have been effing busy, right? We've been stating for a while that they've been shaking hands, doing things on the back end, and now we're starting to get some of those come to fruition. Now, I can already hear a few people in the comments that there's been so many updates and partnerships. Why hasn't the price action moved? Unfortunately, for 2 reasons, in my opinion, maybe 3. Then we'll go with 3. One, a lot of times partnerships don't actually mean anything other than hype when they're first announced. So some of these will take time because the hype just isn't there, which leads to the other 2 things. It's a microcap, so less people know about it. You have to know about a crypto to get information to know that it's a benefit. Right? And then the market or the general sentiment has to be accepting of good news. There has been so many great news for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, keep naming them, right? But if the market is in fear, it doesn't do jack shit. So between those 3 things, these updates didn't really seem to make a difference on price yet. The market is going to be becoming more favorable pretty soon, and this is all building up for them to be more well known. So of these new collaborations and partnerships, they are not all created equal. There's a few I'm more excited about than others. I will spend a little bit more time on the ones I think are a bigger deal than others. And some of this was kind of hard to find the exact information of what their deal was essentially for, like the specifics. So some of this we're able to fill in the blank space off of what the partnerships, what the companies do, and make strong presumptions or speculations by him sending in some questions to ASM to ask directly about some of these things. So as always, if you have questions for me or assembleai, put them down in the comments below. I will transfer them out to them as well. So let's hop right into it. Let's talk about what the hell ASM has been doing in the background. So ASM on their own has been increasing, right? They have over 1.5 million subscribers now on the NS3 app. That's awesome. That just keeps building. The more that goes, obviously, the more people that knows about it and can use the product. If you've ever used the app, for most of us, it's a free app. Play with read little article abstracts, answer questions, gain points. Cool. The main part of their product is making these articles and then having companies pay them to promote the article and send it out to more people. And then whether it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever, it increases the volume of target who it gets to. That's one of their main products. So good to see that's been happening, and some of these partnerships are going to help out with that. This first one is from ChainGPT. So this was a grant, right? So it's cool when companies that we like get free money, right? And that means they can do more faster. That's why this is a big deal. Is this a strong, am I pushing a little, calling this a partnership? Maybe. But the same type of grant is what got ASM started in the first place with Microsoft. They got a grant from them for technology to increase. So ChainGPT does grants for Web3 AI specifically for their infrastructures. There are 3 different levels of grants that ASM can get, and there was no information I could find on which level. It's for research grants of 1 to 5,000, builder grants for about up to 10,000, and then growth grants for up to 20. My best guess is either a builder or a growth, just based off of what they're trying to do. And so presumably the money has to be going to making expansions on the app, pushing out airdrops, doing more collaborations. And again, having more money and having it come from a company that all they do is Web3 AI infrastructure also helps with networking. You're going to hear me say this a couple times today, probably. Who you know that knows who is a big deal. Actually, when the partnerships essentially is all about networking. So something else that they end up doing is co-marketing support for both ChainGPT and the other AI companies that they get grants for. So again, back to networking, and they can help support each other, which builds up when you have more and more similar companies that have slightly different niches, able to help work and advertise together. So I would not be shocked if more of these collaborations and partnerships come indirectly from ChainGPT in the near future, because they got to grow stuff too. Next one is on WowEarning. So this will be relatively quick. If you guys remember or either saw my video or knew about ASM's little partnership with Galaxy, where it's kind of just this hub where there's a bunch of crypto on there, and you can get pretty much paid to earn to learn, follow different crypto companies, try this out, try it, you get free points. WowEarning is a similar thing. So it's another way of people who are pretty much trying to do a bunch of airdrops for random crypto gets known and noticed by following, learning about it. Sometimes there's other little quests, but it's going to be more things for more people to see the quizzes, more people that are going to be active into it. And though, yeah, giving out free crypto doesn't seem like it always makes sense. However, if you find something for free, you might buy it. It's actually how I got into Foxy in the first place. I got a random airdrop I didn't know or expect. Looked into it and I bought more. So anything more of this that's helping with get the word out, where ASM is being advertised and talked about to hop on websites to check this shit out. The other one is Into. And it's a SocialFi Web3 platform, very similar to WowEarning and Galaxy. So this one's a pretty short and simple one to explain. Same kind of thing. Again, it's exposure, guys, right? Because there are a lot of people, typically the ones that go more for low cap memes, are on these type of websites to find the next low cap thing to gamble with. And this is where there's the benefit of it, right? AI. People will jump out seeing that. They like seeing a couple pennies on the dollar of price. So Into WowEarning, more exposure for people to play with it and figure it out. Awesome. This next one could be big. I'm not sure yet. I wasn't able to find exactly what their purpose is with ASM specifically, but AIDA, AIDA. So this is a chain agnostic Web3 interface. It's on Sui network, which is cool because now you're bringing at least on another ecosystem. So more cross transactions, never a bad thing. And this is essentially a data sharing partnership. So just like they have with Binance, where they're getting information constantly from another source, they're getting now from the whole Sui network and everything that's in there involved with AIDA on the network. So we get more information from just what's happening multi-chain, auto bridging, gas sponsorships, project launches. It's information. And well, ASM, all they do is they compile information and send it out. So it just gives them more things to write articles on. And well, with more money coming in from both working product and the grant from ChainGPT, they can produce more and more articles, which just means more of a product. And as long as they keep staying high quality, which haven't really seen any inaccuracies that I picked up on any of their articles, this is another great sign. It's more information coming in so they can produce more articles about more companies. And when there's more companies you're writing articles about, you're going to have more people that are interested in those new companies. All right. So now with the whole Sui network in there, I would presume that there's going to be more articles about Sui and other aspects on Sui, which then can attract more people when they're searching online for information. ASM, brought to you by ASM, and just increases what they can talk about because they have more accurate information. This is great for the product. Not the largest one on the list, but I think this one's pretty big. Well, let's get to the one I think is the largest deal, or at least potentially, which is they got to deal with a market maker. So GSR market maker. So what does that matter and what does that mean? Because usually when we talk about market makers, we're talking about them in a negative light, right? Whales and market makers all manipulating, blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, they do. They help hold liquidity, right? So there's a lot of things they do, but in the short of it is market makers help exchanges and other companies back up their liquidity of everything that they have. So this is pretty much a big money backer. Awesome. So a grant and now large money behind it. This helps out with several things for the token itself, and this could be a big price action mover in the next couple of weeks, just based off of what it does. No one else even has to use the product, which is even better. Right? It's going to help improve the token quality and stability. And I know there's a few people who have noticed, talked to me about it on Twitter a few times, of constant on the charts by like the minute and hourly, ups and downs, which we presume to be just bot trading, right? Well, This reduces the need to do that kind of bullshit, which is great because it makes it look far less sketchy, and having more liquidity come in quicker, having lower slippage, so less gas fees, so more people are willing to use the product because it's going to cost them less to do it and to move things. This could also help out making it a lot cheaper for them to do the airdrops for when all the points on NS3 app turns into ASM tokens. A little speculative on that one, but it makes sense to me. If they're already going to do something, we're going to send a crap ton of tokens out places, making it cheaper. That sounds smart. And this will just lower the amount of instability or volatility, which is a huge problem for a lot of microcaps. Also, when you have a market maker that's backing it up, other people, specifically large companies, can see who all is being supported by this market maker. And that just adds a resume builder, because if someone's willing to stand back and help support something financially and they're a well-known company, it increases the odds of other people looking into it. So it just helps with the confidence essentially between institutions to be able to use ASM and hop into it. And again, ASM, they target institutions. That's where their product specifically goes. And they're starting to advertise now to retail for their token. Hence, most of the other partnerships already mentioned today, helping people find out what ASM is so they can buy it, make them interact with it because people like getting rewards for interactions. And now more money and support for large corporations come and use the product. They're tackling this on a couple different directions. Something else that this helps out is it does not cause this to happen, but it increases the odds of them being able to in the future use a burning mechanism or a buyback mechanism, which those are built into their coding via the white pages. They just don't have a process for it yet. So that's a big deal to me if that happens. Now, that's speculation, right? I mean, I know it increases the odds of them doing it. It makes it easier, it makes it cheaper. But if they can add a buyback or a burn mechanism, again, a couple people have talked to me back and forth on Twitter about this. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, feel free. I think I keep it in the description below. If not, you know my name, you know my face. I'm verified, so I don't think I currently have a fake account up there, but I've seen them once or twice. Love to see if there ends up being buyback or burn mechanisms like a lot of us has wanted. That'd be really cool if that's what this turns into. And I will announce that immediately, probably in a short video or something if that ever happens, because that stuff excites the hell out of me because it helps keep the price high even when people are selling. If there's a burn or a buyback for every time the token's used and they buy back 5%, 10%, that helps long-term stability. So I'm hoping that ends up becoming a future aspect for this. We'll find out. I will put that as a question to ASM if that's a thought of theirs. All right, guys, I'm trying to slam through these for you. And if any of these, by the way, sound more appealing, interesting, or bullish to you, let me know. If I have a couple of you guys tell me, I'll do a deeper dive and more so just ask ASM directly more about these collaborations so we can get more information about how they actually work. Collably, I have no idea how to pronounce this one, but this is another pretty large one to me. Essentially, it's a networking agent. Right? Things that they say they do is they amplify their reach. So pretty much through their network, the Collably, that would make more sense. So anyway, they help amplify the reach by using the Collably network, where ASM can make their own content, tokens, whatever, but it scatters it out to make it more visible for more projects, investors, and users. This is a networking partnership, which is awesome. Collably will help send out more information about ASM to others who might want, need, or have a chance of using their product. Think of it as like a headhunter for business. Collably also helps make it so they don't have to essentially make cold calls. So again, this is great. This is the who do you know that knows who approach. And it's just good to get the marketing out, which was a big thing that we all really wanted from assembleai. Apparently they're working on it. What do you know? Another aspect that they do with the networking is they help find and combine campaigns, right? So advertising and marketing partnerships. Again, awesome, because when you can tie different companies to each other, specifically, if the company is worth a damn, always good to see. So this is how ASM will be able to find better and stronger partnerships. I see this as a strong possibility of being a very good choice for them moving forward. Lastly, they got to deal with Kima Network. So Kima Network, we'll go with Kima. So cross ecosystem money settlement transfer protocol. It helps move money back and forth, right? I mean, obviously that's a big part of what a lot of crypto is made for, but not ASM. And this way it makes it a lot cheaper again for them to do all of their payments. So this is a money saving aspect for them, because if they're saving money with all the payments they're moving in and out from people using their promotion services and doing all the advertising and moving things on and off chain, it just makes it faster and cheaper. And anywhere that they can save money to put it somewhere else, like for marketing for retail soon, a little bit more aggressively, just wonderful. And this also appears like it will help out with rewards as well. So this might be the system they're going to use in the back end to help out with the airdrops and the rewards from the NS3 app. Don't know if that's what they're going to use it for, but it looks like they could. So between payments and transferring, looks like it would also transfer NFTs if they ever get in that space. Just more aspects, more things that they can do. So I apologize today if that was a little bit more of a ramble session. I did not expect for them to come out with that many new partnerships in about 14 days. Awesome to see. Good problem. I will tackle this every time. But do any of these things excite you? Did none of this excite you? If so, I'll repeat, because 2 of those really did for me. But it's just letting me know that they are actively working. There is money coming in, there is money being spent, and they're focusing on what they said they would, and we're finally starting to get to see it. So let me know in the comments down below, what are your general thoughts about all of this? And you know what? I'll see you guys all again here soon. Peace.